Was good with it. Was good. Was good. Just wanna talk about this these energy exercises that I'm doing. Was good with it. Yeah, I gotta go on the fucking YouTube live now because StreamYard they're telling me I gotta update my shit. I gotta update or so, or I gotta wait. I think till the 13th or the 12th. Then I they renew it, or they don't renew it, but they give me more hours or something. So yeah, I like StreamYard better. But I might get this. I might actually buy this subscription for StreamYard. But yeah, I want to talk about this energy exercise, man. I want to speak about it because it's very. I'm going through a lot of changes mentally and shit, and like I'm starting to feel differently, think differently. Certain desires are starting to go away. Pretty much like the same thing the yoga, what that does is just doing it but on a different level. So this is why I say you need to take everything into effect. So somebody say gotta go, have a good day. He just joined and said gotta go. That's fine. Was good with it. Robert Hanley was good with it. Yeah. But I want to speak about these energy exercises. Just gotta wait till some more people get in the room, or yeah. But when you practice these exercises, you need to make sure you're consistent and don't just do it. Like, do it depending on how sick you are is the more you need to do it. So if you're really sick and you really need healing, then do this shit all day, every day, if you can, whenever you're free. Don't be like, well, I gotta only do it once in the morning and then at night. I do this all day, every day. Today I did it once. I did a long session this morning, but you want to do this like a lot because the more you do it, the more energy you're building, and when you're building this energy, it's changing it's changing you mentally and physically. So it's like changing you. So as you get changed by it, you're gonna actually find solace in this. You're gonna want to do this. Like I remember I woke up 5 in the morning a couple nights ago. I was like hella excited to do the energy exercise because, and usually I don't, when I go on my fast, the first day I'm not really that energetic because I'm like, but when I was doing this, I was more energetic to actually get up, and I was doing things like hella early in the morning and just moving around doing things. And then by the time I knew, it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, I got a lot done. So this thing, it gives you energy. But like when you do this for years, like look at it like this is because this is spiritual fitness. Just like they got Planet Fitness and they got muscle, and you build um, muscles with weight. This the energy exercise is the same thing but for a spiritual level. So the more you do it, the more you're gonna get. So this is why you'll see somebody in the gym who only went to the gym for like 4 or 5 months or 2 years, and they look big and they may be like 165, 170, but they don't look like somebody who's been going 10 years who's 220 and they're shredded and they rip and they be going for 10. So if you're doing this for 10 years, this is why they have breatharians who were able to live off just this energy because they've been doing it for 10 years. So in the spiritual world, they're like that big ass bodybuilder who like everybody looks at because they got their spiritual fitness up, which is that energy that you're building. So that's what it's the same thing. So if you practice this for a year, you're going to get a year results, which is good. 2 years is going to be even better than just doing it for a year. You see what I'm saying? But you don't want, and just like with working out, you don't want to stop it because when you stop it, then it atrophies, it goes down. But as you do this more, it becomes a lifestyle, and it's more so as in you don't want to live without doing this in a way, like because it's like it's a lifestyle. It's like you don't fucking wake up in the morning and not shower or some shit or not comb, like just do basic shit you do every day. You don't not do that because it's part of your life. This is what this is. This is how you need to look at this practice. He said, bro, yoga's fun as fuck. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You see, you tapped into it. It's fun now. Like before, like that's what I'm saying. I like doing it. Like, cause, and what you want to do, you want to hold the poses. You want to hold the poses for at least a minute, 30 minutes each pose. A minute, 30 minutes each pose. Always hold them, because the longer you hold them, the more it's gonna release the blockage. And you want to repeatedly Stretch out, like for example, if you have a knot on your neck or knot on your shoulder, stretch that out for like a minute, and you want to do that. Let's do it for like a minute 30 seconds. Then take a break. Do the other side a minute 30 seconds. Then take a break, and then do that a minute and do that each side. Do it at least 7 to 10 times, and stretch for a minute 30 seconds. After that, you're gonna fucking, and if you can't do it 10 times, then do a little less, but do it to that shit. It's do it 10 times or towards fatigue. And if 10 times not enough, fatigue, and you gotta feel relaxed, and you gotta feel you gotta do that every day, and that's how you release the blockage. You just do it a little bit, it's not gonna really release it. That's how you see a lot of these channels out here. They have yoga, and then people say, "Well, I did yoga, it didn't work," or because they didn't do it right. They probably just held the poses for like fucking 20 seconds or some shit, and only did like a couple moves, and it's not enough. You see what I'm saying? It's the same with the Tai Chi. You want to do this for at least 30, 40 minutes per session. You can do it for like 5 minutes per session and still get results. That's what they say. But all the sessions I've done were a minimum of at least 30 minutes. Yeah, but that yoga, man, that yoga shit, man, that will take you far. Like that in itself is like, is gonna, when you do a full body yoga stretch and you keep doing it repeatedly, it's gonna change your reality, change your body, change the way you think. A lot of people, they sleep on yoga and qigong and stuff because like the way society is, the way it's programmed, it's so programmed more on the physical and what you can see readily. So nobody thinks that doing a certain action such as yoga or qigong is going to produce drastic results, because that's how the society is, have people programmed. But the thing is, you got to understand that most people are going to fail at life. 99% of people are going to fail. So you can't, just because nobody looks at it, you can't look at it like it's a certain thing, because most people are going to fail at life. You see it every day. Everyone's always failing. Everyone has to go work these stupid ass jobs. Everybody got to go do this. And like I was here, I remember I was walking to the store earlier today, and I seen some fucking, I heard, like, overheard a conversation. The lady was complaining about how the roads need to be fixed, and how like the roads are so, and like there's always potholes in the road, because there's a lot of potholes and shit, especially since it was raining. Remember, there was a storm, they had a storm in my state fucking earlier this year. They had a big storm, and it was just raining, and it made a lot of potholes. So, and they didn't really fix them, a lot of them. So the bitch was complaining like, "Oh, they got all these potholes, and they need to clean, they need to fix it because of this and that." And in my mind, I'm like, why do they really even need to fix the potholes? Because what are people actually doing that's so important that they need to be somewhere? It's not like the pothole, it's not like the streets and the roads are like non-existent, like they're not able to, you can still get to your bum ass job, because that's the only reason they have roads, is for commercial trade and for the sheep to go to their job. That's the only reason for a road. So it's not like the road is to the point where you can't use it. So why do they even really need to fix it? Because all you're doing is going to that stupid ass job, which the people who created that job, they already know that that job doesn't even need to be there. They can easily use machines. They can easily, it is not even with machines, but whatever you're doing is not even important. So people say, "Oh, a machine can take this job." It's not even the point. It's the point is, why the fuck do I need this stupid shit that you're doing? That's meaningless. Even if a machine was to do it, it's still meaningless. So it's like, you're not doing anything. You're going to these dumbass jobs, and you think that job is important. So you think that I need to be here on time and the roads need to be fixed. But in reality, it's like, bitch, the roads is working enough for you to get to your bum ass job. So just be grateful at that. I'm not saying be grateful, but like, why are you complaining? Because you're a nobody. Like, if you actually had business to attain to, and you were actually waking up, and you were actually trying to change your situation for the better and make it so we could get out of this mess collectively, as informed as the system is and how it enslaves people, then it will make sense. But if you're just going to your stupid job, like, why does it need to be so perfect? It's good enough for you to get there, right? So just go there and stop fucking complaining. And if you're going to complain, do something about it. And then therefore, when the roads get fixed, it may be on our terms. It won't even be on their fucking terms, because once you get the power, then you don't need to even worry about that. So it just made me kind of think, like, a lot of people, they complain about it, and then it made me think, like, maybe that's the reason why, like, so much fucked up shit happens in this world because people are fucked up themselves and they allow it. They're like they allow that shit to be. Like if you're in a fucked up mindset, if you're on a fucked up mindset, if you're in a fucked up mind state and you fuck it, sorry, I got distracted. If you're in a fucked up mindset and the only thing you can manifest is negative situations, you can't complain if somebody external is making those negative situations. You see what I'm saying? They're making it because it's a reflection of you, dumbass. So I'm saying, in my opinion, I'm like, this is why the government, the system, they're allowed to do this fuck shit to everyone is because people are already fucked up within themselves and they allow it. So it's like if the only thing on your mind is going to that stupid dumbass job, then you deserve negative things to happen to you. I'm not saying everything, but certain negative things need to happen to you. Like, why the fuck does the road need to be fixed if the only thing you're gonna do is go to your stupid ass job? So it's like people just cause this shit upon themselves, and I'm like just singing and shit, and it's like people just complain about shit, but then the people that complain, they're the actual thing that they're complaining about. Like I said in the video, the bitch they be complaining that men are this way, but they be actually the thing that they're complaining about. Like that's how everyone sounds. It's like they're complaining about, oh, we need this, we need that, we need rights, we need this. But like in my opinion, the only people who should be asking for rights are people who are onto the information, like what I'm talking about, and like who are actually trying to get some shit done. If you're a stupid sheep and all you do is cater to your desires, nigga, like you don't really need shit because the only reason everything in your life and everything in your mind is constructed from the Jewish people. So even the things you desire, they programmed you to like that. The things that you know, they programmed you to know that and like that. The things you believe in, the people you vote for, they created those parties for you to choose. Your stupid ass job, they created it so they can keep you distracted. They didn't create that shit because there needs to be a fucking plumber. The fuck? They don't need a fucking plumber. They don't need a fucking electrician. They can design this whole shit where none of that shit is needed. And it don't even have to be with, oh, robots and machines. I'm talking beyond that, where certain things we won't even need robots and machines for because we don't give a fuck about it. Like, why would you have a robot make flambe steak if you're a vegan? If I'm a vegan, I don't need a robot to make flambe steak. You see what I'm saying? So there's certain things that you won't even need a fucking robot to do because we're in a higher consciousness to not even desire or want that stupid shit. So it goes beyond, oh, machines can do it. It goes, do we even really need this? And this ties me back to the energy because when you build the energy, it sustains you. The energy sustains you. So you really don't even need a lot of shit that you think you really do. Like right today, I haven't ate nothing today, and I didn't even plan on going on my fast today. And I just did my energy work and I didn't eat shit. And I remembered a couple days ago when I ate something, it wasn't even that like I felt like I wanted to eat, but it was I couldn't eat that much. And like a lot of the shit, I ate some fucking what did I eat? I forgot what it was. It was some type of like vegan chili or whatever. I had to make myself throw that shit up because it wasn't sitting right on my stomach, and it was organic everything. I had to throw that shit. I had to throw that shit up out of my. That's like the last couple days. I had to like. There's certain things I ate. I had to make myself throw up because that shit wasn't sitting right in my stomach. And I was like, and I'm thinking it's because of the energy work. Because I wasn't doing this shit before. Like, yeah, I wasn't doing. There's certain shit I ate. Like if it was like candy or certain things, but I gave up candy years ago. Back in like probably like 2021, I stopped eating that shit. But that was the last time I remember because I had some fucking M&Ms and then I had to throw that shit up because it was, and ever since that was like 2021, and ever since then I haven't ate that shit, any candy. So that's the same thing that happens. I had to throw that shit up, and I was like, and I'm thinking it's because of the energy. It has to be because of that energy because I wasn't having this shit before, prior to the energy. Yeah. He said great discipline. At the end of the day, I'm not perfect at the end of the day. Like my discipline is what I'm working on. Like I try to have like I have discipline, but some days I be like it shit gets to me, but then I get back on track though. That's the thing. I always get back on track. Because a lot of the things when I tell you guys, I'm speaking to myself as well. Don't think like I'm some all like I'm like perfect and shit. I wish I was, but I still go through my issues. But the thing is, the thing about me though is I know my problems and I try to do things to better myself. I don't just sit here and complain, because complaining is really like when you see these people who complain about the matrix and the system and having to work 9 to 5. A lot of these people, they're really not that miserable. They're really not, because if they were really that miserable, they would be actively trying to find a remedy and solution to their situation. It hasn't gotten to that point yet. All these people that are talking about how the matrix in the system sucks, it hasn't caught that bad to them. That's why they're able to come on YouTube and talk about it like they talk about it. Because to be honest, deep down, because I know human psychology, deep down, they actually love. They don't love the system, but they love talking about it, which correlates to them loving the system, because they can only talk about they can only talk shit about a system if the system is negative. So they need a negative system for them to talk shit about. So they deep down they like that situation. But once they get to the point where they don't like it no more, that's where you'll start seeing what people call traumatic things start happening, and then that's going to get them to find a solution to fix it. So there's see like there was a point where I like talking about that shit, like organic portal and all that, and it was fun. But then the universe put me through certain things to actually make me find a solution. So now I'm talking like this, and I'm not talking like that. So I'm not hating on them. It just they're like that because they actually like it. And then even you guys may watch the videos and you feel good when they upload because you like that shit. So technically, you actually like the system being fucked up, because in order for you to have that feeling of gratification that you connect with this person on talking about the system like that means it's connected to the system. So you can't have that without the system. So in order for you to enjoy that feeling that you get, you have to have the system. So you like the system, because if you didn't like the system, then you wouldn't like that. Because if you didn't have the system, you wouldn't have that. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that 9 to 5 isn't draining. Like you said, I'm not saying that shit is weak. It's trash. But like I said, find a remedy. See, like you gotta find a solution. It's not about just talk. Find a solution. That if you really want to get back and say fuck this system, fuck the matrix, you find a solution to better it so you still be happy. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one that's fucking miserable and upset. And then you have to be around people you don't like. Like me, I hate being around people I don't fucking like. Like I'd rather be alone and not be around anybody than be around people I don't fucking think like it. That's just me. I'd rather be alone by myself with nobody if I can't have people that think similar to me. Like I can't be. So that's one reason I can't work at a 9 to 5, because everyone's a fucking idiot. And it was at a point, because me, I there was a time I used to give people the benefit of the doubt. I used to think people were, because when I first came onto this, when I first became more spiritual and aware, and I started really understanding, I assumed everybody knew this. Like just as you guys think I'm very spiritual, there was a time I thought everybody was like, because it's so easy for me to get and comprehend the reality. But over time I realized, because I've had more experiences as a spirit, so I assumed it was easy. So I always give people I remember years ago I used to give people the benefit of the doubt, and then as time kept going, I'm realizing people are really fucking dumb. And you can't give no one the benefit of the doubt, because, like I said, everybody, they're gonna fail at life, spiritually and physically. Most people are gonna fail at life, and they have it set up like that. So once you realize that, then you know that, okay, you can't give no one no benefit of the doubt no more, because if you do, you're just gonna set yourself up for failure. So that's when I stopped giving people benefit of the doubt. And then nowadays I look at everybody like an idiot, like everyone's stupid, because everyone really is dumb. I don't even like it when I hear people tell me that they don't know it. If you come up to me, if you come up to me and you say that you don't know everything, or you're not that smart, or maybe we'll know some. If you come out with it, I don't like that shit. I hate that shit. I would rather have somebody come up to me and act like they know everything. I have more respect for a person who's a religious person. I don't even fuck religion. I hate religion, but a person who's religious and they stand on their shit and they believe in that shit, I respect them more than an agnostic. That's some real. I respect them more. A pro, we don't know. I hate that fucking shit. Even if you fucking wrong, At least you have something you affirmed of, and you have some type of resume, and not just you wrong for no reason, but you say, oh, I believe in this because this happened to me and this and this. Then I respect that more than some fucking agnostic motherfucker who, because at the end of the day, you look, the agnostic person, the way this reality is built, the agnostic person ain't gonna manifest shit compared to the person who believes in something like that, because they gonna pull that into their reality, and then because it's like witchcraft, they believe in that. Let's just say somebody who doesn't believe in nothing, but then this person believes in some fucking little fairy tale bullshit. They can use that energy to be like, well, this little fairy thing is gonna have my back, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this. Where this person were like, well, if I go and do it, I'm gonna fail at it because nothing's gonna help me because nothing exists. You see what I'm saying? So it's the witchcraft. You gotta get yourself in the mind like that, because you, a lot of motherfuckers think it's cool to be like, oh, it's cool to just, but it's like you really fucking yourself up. Yeah, I feel like these 9 to 5s kind of force people to eat. To be honest, they don't really force no one to do anything. To me, you don't even have to work at a 9 to 5. You can go be homeless. I've been to Nigeria. I've been to the fucking the slums in Nigeria, and people live way worse out there than in the U.S. And they survive. They have to collect fucking metals and cans, electronic waste, sell it for like $3, and that's how much they get in a day of hard ass work for like fucking 8 hours plus, sometimes 10 plus hours just digging in the. They get like $3 just to go get a plate of rice. Some villages they live like that, and then they're still like able to chill and be happy. And but people in the U.S., like, there's so many ways to fucking like make money. Even the homeless bums on the street, they still get like, they still got a lot of finesse game and little ways you can get money and free handouts. And you see what I'm saying? You can go panhandle fucking underneath the Hollywood Bowl, and fucking all those rich ass people, just niggas be around that area just panhandling and shit, getting money. Like 100 to a bum. I remember this bum made like $140 in a day. Like it's like a fucking Hollywood Bowl or some place like around like Hollywood area. Nigga just stood there in like a tourist area. He got like $100 a day. Like, you can't do that shit in no fucking Africa. You go steal from a fucking store and shit. Dude, just ways. And even if you want to talk about legality. So it's like, and you could be homeless. That's what I'm saying. Even homeless on the streets, like compared to out there. So you don't have to work no fucking 9 to 5 at the end of the day. And fuck all the things about survive. Who the fuck said you need to eat? You need shelter and all this. Shelter, that's gonna be something, yeah, but who says you need to eat? You need food to eat and all that. If you breatharian, they give you a free EBT card, just take the fucking. I got fucking over $1,000 on my shit right now. Well, close to 1,000. I don't even use that shit because I don't need to. But I feel you, the 9 to 5 is draining though. That's why you want to get out of that shit. That's why you want to get the fuck up out of it. And like, if you just do what you're supposed to do, eventually you will be out of it. That's why it's good to really like learn, like that's why I tell you guys about the crypto and the trading. Like, study that because you can make a lot of money. And a lot of people will tell you that, oh, you can't predict the markets and you can't make money in the market. A lot of people will say that, but you got to understand that the most profitable people in trading will tell you that you can't predict the markets and it's not 100%. But the point is, when you lose, because you're gonna lose in trading. There's no such thing as being a crypto trader or stock trader and never losing. That's impossible. You're supposed to lose, but you're supposed to lose in a good way. Once you know how to lose, then that's how you make money. Don't you see people make money from this crypto and trading thousands a day? They lose. They just know how to fucking lose, and then that's how it teaches you all that shit. That's why you gotta study it. So when you lose, your losses is very small. If I made $500 3 times in a day and I lost $250 one time, I still made money compared to your 9 to 5. There's people who lose $5,000 a day trading, but they make $15,000 profit. Are you gonna be like, oh, I'm not taking that 15,000 because I lost 5,000? No, there's still 15 fucking thousand. So yeah, you lose, but you made 15,000. Because in order for you to make money in the market, somebody has to lose. So If that's the case, eventually you're gonna lose, so somebody can make your money that you lost. So don't let him say, "Oh, it's about losing." You can't, and you can't predict the market. It's not 100. There's no strategy that's 100%. But there are strategies that are fucking like 70%, 80%. And if you know how to manage your loss, coupled in with the 80% win rate of certain strategies, then you this is how you can make money. So don't let anybody tell you that, oh, it's about, and then it's just gambling, whatever. Gambling is when your win rate, your loss, your win rate is like 10% or less. That's gambling. If you go get a scratcher, or you go to a casino and play the slot machine, the odds of you winning most of the time is like less than, it's like 10%, less than 10%. When you're trading and you know what the fuck you're doing, your win rate is like 60%. Even 50% you can be profitable with it, because if you know how to lose, like I just said. So it's like you just gotta, like, you gotta, this is why you have to do your own read. Don't let just anybody, even when the stuff I tell you, like certain things I tell you, because certain things is just shit you're supposed to know for yourself. But when we're talking about things like what I just said about the trading and stuff, do your own research on it. Don't let just somebody just you gotta do your own research. And sometimes you're gonna have to get out of the whole spiritual community and actually look at people doing it for real. Because if you just say in the spiritual community, they're gonna tell you a biased opinion, which they are. I'm not saying they're wrong, but you gotta look at it. You gotta always get it from the other perspective, like the person who's actually making money doing it. Because you gotta understand, like, regardless of whatever somebody says, you gotta go in real life to see if somebody's doing it. Like I said, the bitches who say, "Oh, men ain't shit," but it's like, if you say men ain't shit and there's no good men out there, then why is it when you go outside you see women that are with the type of man you would want to be with, or that, or they may say the qualities they want in a man, they're out there. So it's like they just don't fuck with you. Yep, he's a transport info, Mr. J. Yep, thank you. A lot of stuff I say though is just common sense though. A lot of it's just common sense, and a lot of people just lost that way of thinking because the way the programming, the education system has fucked up people's mind. Them putting you in school and all that is fucked up your mind. Even if you fail class, it's still fucked it up because you just going to school. You seeing a teacher in front of a desk. You being around those students. You going into the lunchroom and you get grabbing a plate of food and the shape of the plate and all that. It gets deep. All that shit is programming. A lot of people just think school is programming just because of what they teach you. That's part of it, but there's different types of programming. When you go to recess or you go to the lunch hall and everybody's negotiating, that's a form of programming. That's a form of, like, the way they set that shit up. That's a programming, and it leads to how you are today, because a lot of the experiences you had in school is what shaped you today. If you just were homeschooled your whole fucking life, you never went to school, you wouldn't even be the same person you are right now. So that's what they want you going to school, so they can add these programs, and then it allows them to fuck the mind up even more. Because a lot of people who go to school are already traumatized and they got their own bullshit at home. So then they bring that there, and then if you don't know what's going on, then you end up in their shit. And that's how, like, they have bullies created and all those is programs that the system created by default of, like, making it's not like they're like, oh, we're gonna create a bully. It's just the system creates that shit. And even on the opposite spectrum, somebody who's like the opposite end of the bully, it creates that shit. Yep, thank you. I watched these lives from beginning to end. Yep, for sure. Because this is the only channel talks about yoga, fasting, spiritual. Yep, because it's everything. You're supposed to be doing that. It's all in one. People like to say, "Oh, what's spirit? That's not spiritual." Everything's spiritual if you really want to if you really want to agree, if you really want to get technical, because everything that you see in the physical, it had to be created in the spiritual first. There's nothing that's physical that you see that wasn't in the spirit realm for. Something had to be created in the spirit realm before it came physical. So it's not about, oh, that's physical. I don't, it's about you knowing how to manage the energy and knowing how to maneuver and accomplish your goal using the shit around you. It's not about, oh, that's physical, we can't do that. Because when you just like you don't want to be too spiritual in the physical realm, you don't want. They tell you, when you're in the spiritual realm, you don't want to be too physical because you're gonna come back here. Just like you, if you're too spiritual in the physical realm, you're gonna die because you're gonna leave the body. But if you're in the spiritual realm and you act too physical, you're gonna come back here. Do you want to come back here? So it's the same thing. Once you're in that spiritual world, you don't want to be too physical up in there because you're gonna end up coming back here. And that's the reason why a lot of you niggas came back here because you were in the spirit realm and you want to have a physical experience. You were too physical up there. So you don't want to be too spiritual down here because you're going to end up dying and going back there and then having to come back here. So it's like it's the same. You gotta have like the balance. Yeah. We're going up seeing some of these questions, but like I said, get on this. If you guys haven't started already, get on the Qigong. And when you do the movements, don't. It's not a workout. Don't look at it like when I say move your hand. Don't look at it like okay, move my hand. Feel the energy. The more you do it, you're gonna feel the energy. Like me, I can feel the energy flowing right now, and my hand just doing this. It's activating meridians. Just me doing that, I can feel it in my hand. I can feel that shit. But like I said, you got to keep doing it though, and you'll be able to feel the energy more. But you gotta feel it. Don't just be like going through the motions. You gotta like really feel the energy. Like concentrate on your hand and feel like the wind and like how it's like affecting when you're doing these motions. Don't just do it like a workout, because that's when you're just going through the motion. But you want to flow like that and relax your body as much as possible. Do not tense anything, because the more it's like it's strained and tense, then it's harder for the energy to flow. So relax everything. All these movements, relax your legs as much as possible. I'm not saying you got to be like complete, like as much as you can. Like obviously you want to be able to stand on your shit, but like just relax as much as possible and flow and make it like it's an involuntary movement. Like when you get into the flow, don't be thinking about it. Just feel it like it's an involuntary. Once you do it, you're gonna be in a zone, and it's just gonna be happening. And then, like I said, this shit's powerful. Somebody, Jay Vast said, "What? Because why is it some people have different food cravings? Just a lot of meat now. I used to eat those too, but now eating food is just programming." Yeah, some people they just have different cravings. Depend like me, I had cravings, but there was a lot of foods I'd never liked in my life. Like I was always picky, like always picky. And one way I can tell you that food is it's a learned habit, because I remember when I was young, I was like 4 or 5. I I remember I was fixed a plate of spaghetti when I was like 4 or 5, and I used to just eat the meat from it. I never ate anything else. And I remember there was a time I used to eat ketchup when I was younger. After like 4 or 5, I never ate ketchup. Even to this day, I stopped eating it. And after that same time, I started eating spaghetti and shit. That was like one of my favorite dishes I like to eat. So that's telling you that food and all that shit is a program. Because how did I go from eating ketchup when I was young to hating it ever since like age 4? And then fucking as far as spaghetti, I only used to pick the meat from it, and that was it. And then I went to not eat it. So it shows you it's a learned habit. So you guys got to understand that. So a lot of those cravings you have is like certain food I used to not even like. I remember in 4th grade they brought like fucking cinnamon rolls, and I was the only one who didn't eat it. They're like, "Oh, you don't like cinnamon rolls?" And I remember I didn't eat it. Fast forward, I remember like 7th, 8th grade. I don't even remember because how it came, but I remember when I was in 7th grade, I was eating one at lunch. I remember because I used to sell them, but I don't even remember how I got to not eating that to eating it, because like I don't remember it. Just like you don't remember a lot of shit. So that's telling me that it's a learned habit. And me doing this whole ever since 2019, I've been reverting back to that state and liking less food. Like right now, I don't like most things. Like 99% of shit I don't like. The only thing I fuck with is fruit and like whole foods, like fruit, vegetables, and certain fruits and vegetables I don't fuck with, I don't like and shit. Like I hate cucumbers and I hate fucking like strawberries. There's too like because certain you guys gotta like also know what food you're allergic to because certain fruits and vegetables you shouldn't even be eating. So you have to know all this about like me. I can't eat strawberries. I can't eat onions and garlic. That shit makes me feel fucking sick. Like if I bite into an onion, I'll feel nauseated and sick for like 2 days. So that's a food allergy. But if it's cooked or if it's in food, I could fuck with it. Well, nowadays I don't eat this shit really, but like back in the day, like if it was cooked in food, because there's onions in most food, I was able to eat it. But like the raw form, I couldn't fuck with it. He said, "Isn't the food and soil It is. It all is. Even before they compromise it, just you digestion is like is you anytime you digest food, your body is draining energy. So you just digesting food is slowly killing you. Because in this reality, there's a give and take for everything. If you eat something, this drains energy. They even tell you when you have sex, it drains energy. When you that's why like they say boxers can't have sex. It's the same with eating when you're digesting. Because the way this reality is built, anytime you exhort any type of pleasure, it has a negative effect. Anytime you exhort some type of like pleasure like that, like earthly desire shit, it has a negative effect. I don't want to say a negative effect, but it drains you. It drains your energy, and if you do it in excess, it's gonna drain everything. Like it can start to harm your health. That's why when I do these, when you do these exercises, these energy exercises, you're actually giving your body energy. You're sustaining your body with energy. Like you're gonna feel it. It's not like it's just a mental thing. Like you niggas think that I just do this shit and I'm like, and I'm walking around thinking I have energy. No, I feel the fucking energy on a day to day basis. I can feel it and I can see certain shit. Like that's what it is. And like I just started this like 5 days ago consistently. People been doing this for years. And I've noticed like when I see like I be looking up Qigong videos and I notice every single time I see somebody who's been doing it for a long time, they always have a certain energy and vibe. They could be even be a dumb motherfucker later. They don't know shit, but they have a certain energy. I spot. It's a certain energy, and that energy is from people who fuck with this energy, and they've been doing it for a long time. So even though they be speaking dumb shit, the thing is they have a certain energy, so they have a certain awareness that has nothing. It may not have nothing to do with knowledge, but it's an awareness that if you do have knowledge, and I added that awareness, that will amplify my knowledge even more. Remember, I told you I could be a scientist, or I could study engineering or in science for 2 years, and once I study and master engineering and science, I'll be better than 95% of the scientists who've been doing it for 20 years because I already have all the wisdom, and my mind is already expanded. So once I hop to that energy, I can expand that shit more. So it's kind of like the same thing. But I spot that they have that energy. They have a certain energy, and it's crazy. Like I can't explain it though, but I can explain, but I just don't really want to explain it. Some things don't really need to be explained. But I just know I see a certain energy when I see these people. They be doing it, and it's like it makes me realize, okay, that's okay. I understand. Like it just made a lot of shit connect. Yeah. Yeah. But shit, does anyone have any more questions before I head out? I might go. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to start my fast tonight. Another fast tonight. This one I want to do this to make this an extend because I haven't ate nothing all day today. But I want to like I'm probably gonna probably have some fruit, some watermelon later on today or something. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do a whole nother. I want to do make this an extended fast because I want to. This is gonna be the first fast I do when I'm really on the energy. Because right now I already got some of the energy flowing, and I'm gonna be doing these practices every day. And I want to see because I feel like if I could do these practices, it's gonna sustain me. From because I've been looking at videos of people doing qigong on here, and he said Chauncey got big hands, he'll slap the shit out of a bot. Punch the fuck out of a bot. They don't deserve no slap, but I feel yeah, I feel but shit. I'm about to I've been doing this energy work and I'm gonna do my fast tomorrow, or I'm gonna start tonight actually. And I want to make this. I'm gonna do this one for an extended amount of time because I did the 4 day fast and I ended it on day 5. I want to do this one over a week. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to see how it because I've noticed like the energy it affects me. It makes me have more energy on the fast. Like all that energy you guys get, it's like it's not as much for me as it was before. Like I remember I woke up in the morning and I just had a lot of energy. Like this morning, I was like, God damn. And it was a different type of energy. It was like, it wasn't like, it was like a natural energy. You know the energy you get when you like in the middle of the day and you're about to go out to go hang out with friends, like that type of energy. Like you're not like you about to run, but you just woke up in the morning. It's like 11 o'clock. You about to go hang out with some friends. You have energy, right? It's normal. You're not tired. You're not like you have energy to want to go head and face. That's the type of energy I had, and it was sustained throughout the day. And I'm thinking like, fuck it, when am I gonna eat or nothing? And it's weird. And then I remember like when I did eat because I was a little hungry at the end of the day. But then when I ate, all I needed was like some fruit and some nuts, and I was good. I didn't need like a big meal because I had got a big meal, and I had to make myself throw this shit up because it was too much, and I didn't even eat them. I gave it to some homeless nigga because I didn't even eat it. So I was like, that's what I'm saying. It's just crazy. He said, I'm gonna fast with you. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna start tonight. So I'm gonna start tonight, and yeah, we're gonna start. Anybody else want to start? You can join me in no deceit. Yeah, I think our main fight is the government. But yet again, like how you gonna get to the government? You know where the government stay at? You got some guns to go out and take the government out? The only way you can defeat the government is through like raising the conscious collective and mastering yourself really. If you want to fight them in terms of tearing down this system, you can't do that shit on your own. You're gonna need help. It's impossible to do that shit on your own. The most you can do on your own is heal yourself and get yourself a positive situation within their system. But in terms of you actually want to change the world and change this whole shit, that's gonna take a lot of people, and it's gonna take help. You can't do it by yourself. Yeah, because how the fuck? Like, look at their system. The nigga who's prime minister of, I don't know, fucking Japan or Nigeria or something. He's working with the same people who work with the United Nations and the people of China and all this country and the mayors, and then you got the governors, you got the senates, you got police. That's a fucking team. FBI, CIA, all these agents, all these people. That's a team. They didn't do this one person. So how the fuck can they need all those people to uphold this system? So how the fuck are we gonna tear that down with just one or few people? This is why you gotta get everyone on a level. But it's gonna get there one day. It's just gonna get there kind of slow. Because how it's gonna get there, just like this is why they're censoring YouTube, because it's a trickling effect. If a lot of people keep re-seeing a lot of shit, eventually one thing's gonna lead to another. So like, that's a good thing about YouTube. But then the negative thing is if people don't wake up soon enough, they gotta bring another program that's gonna just lock everybody down again. That's why they're gonna create this metaverse and shit. Cause, but what the fuck you look like being in the metaverse, talking all this shit? Like they could just shut your shit down. You're using electricity or whatever. Like I'm not saying it's gonna be impossible, but like they gotta just start adding more dumb shit. Yeah, I don't even know even if that metaverse is even gonna be like they say it is. Cause if you put that virtual reality shit on your face for too long, most people get sick. So most people probably won't even be able to live in that world for that long periods of time. The way I look at it, like, cause that shit is not even natural. So I don't know how that shit's gonna work. Cause I be wearing those goggles or whatever. That shit I can't even wear it too long. It gets uncomfortable and just weird. So even if they do have that shit, I don't see how it even work. Like they're gonna have it, but I'm saying like for it to be like everybody's in that world like this world. Because if they do make a virtual reality like that, like you guys like, cause go play the game Borderlands. It's called Borderlands. I think Borderlands 3. I was playing that game, and there was a mission. If any of you guys played it, there's a mission in the beginning, and you got to go into a virtual reality world and save the girl because she's like in a loop where she keeps getting killed by like she keeps getting killed by like some serial killer, and he programmed the loop where he kills her and then she becomes alive and then he kills her. She was going through this loop of being killed brutally like 1,000 times, and you have to save her from the loop and shit. And when you went into the virtual world, it was weird because that same virtual world was identical to the world out of it. So it wasn't like it's some virtual world where everything was a video game. It looked exactly like the real world. It's like they had some type of technology to copy the real world, and then they made it virtual. So when they're talking about this virtual metaverse in the future, what I think is they're gonna do is they're gonna copy this one, and they're gonna place it in a virtual. So don't think like, oh, I'm gonna be in a virtual world and it's gonna look all like, no, it's gonna look like this world, but they're just gonna copy it and put it in a computer. So they're virtual. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they say the metaverse is. It's like it's still gonna look like this world, but it's gonna be in a computer because they're gonna copy this world and put it in a virtual world, in a virtual thing, and then you're gonna be living in that, still having to do the same stupid shit probably. You see what I'm saying? So like, and that's what made me think like, because I seen it and I was like, why does they say like you are now in the virtual simulation, and the world looked exactly like the regular world. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy. He's like, like if you play some of these games, they be putting a lot of these fucking shit in this game. A lot of these they be putting a lot of like different things in these video games. Like when I look at some of these games, I'd be like looking at them like it's real life. Like when I was playing that Cyberpunk, that shit's like real life. Like that's like that's what they're gonna do in the future. That's what they're telling you. That's why they make the cities look all futuristic, and that's not futuristic. That's just the updated Matrix. Anytime they say, "Oh, it's futuristic," no, it's the updated Matrix, dumbass. That's not no future. The future is in about 10 seconds. I'm gonna go over there, and then I go over there in 10 seconds. I set the future. In 10 seconds, I'm gonna go over there. When I go over there, it's not gonna be the future no more, obviously. But yeah, I think time speeding up is gonna help people expose. Yeah, I'm thinking. What I'm starting to think is time is like a perception thing. I think time is all perception because you got to understand like when you're going through something negative, even though time is speeding, I feel like the reason a lot of people aren't getting onto it is because it's all perception. Like a lot of people, if you just fucking went through some horrible, horrific incident, you're gonna be looking at time. You're not gonna be focused on time, or you're gonna be looking at it slower than somebody who's not. So I'm thinking like, because there's so many people, because I feel time is speeding up too, but certain people they just going on with their life like there's nothing, or maybe they do feel something about it, but what it is that they just attribute it to, well, I'm getting older, or it's because of technology or some stupid ass shit. Like that's probably what it is. That's why you don't hear it, but it's either one of those three. But no doubt that shit is speeding up. But at the end of the day, like I just gotta do what I gotta do, regardless of how fast it goes or how slow it goes. Still gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah. Yeah, I hate fucking going live on YouTube because they take forever to upload my damn video. It's gonna probably take like 30 minutes to an hour to upload my fucking video. Yeah. Uh oh. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up ending this live right now, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end this live right now. I come back to you guys later though. Shit. But yeah, as far as my fast, though, I'm gonna start my fast tonight. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do. I'll go live. If I don't go live tomorrow, I'm gonna go live after tomorrow, and then I'm gonna give you an update. And then yeah, cause and after I do this fast, it's gonna be I'm gonna get off of it. Probably I'm not even gonna take a 1 day break. I probably just have like a small. I may not even need an eating window. That's what I said. When I end this fast, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna see how I feel because the last fast I ended, I didn't even really eat shit. I remember I didn't eat nothing but like some watermelon, and that was it. And that held me, and I didn't eat nothing else. And then throughout the whole day, I didn't want nothing really. So I'm gonna see what's up, but this is something I'm gonna be doing for a long fucking time. Not long time, but for the rest of my life. Like this shit is the rest of my fucking life. I'm not. This is my life right now. Cause right now we about to get into another shift. Once Saturn gets into Aries, there's about to be another shift. And right now we're just getting out of a shift right now. So next year is gonna be a whole different energy. Like next year, the energy, like this year was pretty much like you pretty much doing everything you were supposed to do, and you're like in a like right now you're supposed to been done what you're supposed to do regardless of where you're at. Next year is go mode, so if you didn't do what you're supposed to be doing, you still got to do it, but the energy is going to be a lot more um intense because it's going to be the energy is going to be like you should have been doing it. Not saying you can't, but it's because next year's going to be is going to be the beginning of go mode. Go mode is pretty much like because all these other years we've been experiencing was mainly to prepare us. So doing shadow work and doing this and working on self and healing, that was like years. I forgot, I don't know how many years specifically, but we've been going through a shift like that. But this year is the end of that shift. It's the end of that shift. So next year, everything's just gonna be like heightened. And once we get into that fucking this Aries energy in 2026, everything's gonna be fucking like it's gonna be very energetic and very just in your face and shit. Everything's gonna be very fast. Hello, niggas might offend. It's gonna be like that energy where it's like you gotta get your shit. Cause you guys gotta understand. Right now we got Neptune and Saturn and in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. It's very like delusions and mellow, and it can be crazy, but at the end of the day, it still has that vibe of people. You can be lazy and escape and not really. It's not that serious, even though it is. Once these planets get into Aries, it's gonna be more evident that this shit is no fucking game, and you're gonna see you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like it's gonna be more in your face, like the programming and all that shit. Because you gotta understand, we've had Neptune in fucking Pisces since 2012. So that was since 2012 we had Neptune and Pisces. Ever since 2012 is about people awakening, being spiritual and all that stuff. People can get lost in their delusions, You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was. Everybody's on the internet talking about what they don't fucking like and 9 to 5 and all this and spirituality. That's that Neptune and Pisces. Once we get out of that, people are lost in their delusions as well, not knowing what the fuck they're supposed to be doing and thinking that this is what they're supposed to be doing. This is all Pisces. You can get away with it kind of. But once we get into Aries, it's gonna be more so like everybody for themselves type of shit. Like you're on your own. Everybody for them. Even if you're young and you're a kid, it's gonna kind of be like that too. That's what it's gonna be because Aries is a very selfish energy on the negative spectrum. So you're gonna see a lot of selfishness in society. A lot of people that are very a lot of loneliness too. Some people might be lonely. Like a lot of you guys who like to always communicate and talk to everybody, be cool with everyone. You can't do that. You're not gonna be able to do that. You're gonna be looking at everybody like they're an enemy. You already see this shit kind of going down. Like each year, people become bots. Air once we get into these Aries energy, Neptune, Saturn, you're gonna really not gonna be. Everyone's really gonna be an enemy to you because you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. That's if you want to lower it. But if you got people thinking like you, you're gonna be on the positive side of that. Then you'll be able to probably build something, start something new. That's good. Have a lot of fucking like energy, vitality to get shit done. But the negative side, you're gonna be on like you don't want to. Because they ruin they can then yeah, they ruining people's mind with this social media. Social media is a program. I'm not saying you shouldn't use social media. You need to use it to, you don't want to say you need to, but it's good to use it to make money, and there's a lot of opportunities to do things, but you guys got to understand they're using it to actually fuck people's mind up. Like you don't understand the amount of bull. You guys think that when you watch a fucking 13-second little meme video of some dude fucking wiping his ass with his underwear and sniffing it and laughing like a gorilla, you think that's funny and it's entertaining and shit. But it's like, in reality, it's like when you have a collective of people that's going that type of shit. It doesn't even have to be that, but just lower stupid shit that's not important going into their consciousness. This develops a society over time that's stupid and dumb. Like society's getting dumber and dumber. Just like what I said in the beginning, like you got people complaining that the roads need to be fixed. But when you ask the sheep, why did the roads need to be fixed? They're going to tell you, I need to be able to go to my 9 to 5 and I got to go take my kids to school. All this stupid shit that's not even important. Some man created that system and told you that's important, you fucking idiot. If it wasn't for that Jewish man to tell you and create this shit from the bottom, from the underground caves that his ass is in right now, or wherever the fuck he's at, you wouldn't even have the idea to even go to work, you dumbass. It's not like they need that job. You're not that important. Get out your ego, fucking Karen. Get out your ego, Sally. Ain't nobody give a fuck about your raggedy ass. They think that their tax money is that important. Your tax money is to line the pockets of these fucking fat ass child fucking pope. That's what your tax money's for. The fuck you think? You probably fund so many orgies of children with that tax money to that fat ass child fucking pope. And it's the truth. People don't want to hear it. They get all upset. Oh, why do you talk about the Pope? Like, nigga, fuck that fat ass motherfucker. He ain't shit. That nigga ain't shit. It is what it is though. And as those dumbass sheep, I hold responsible for why the world is like this, because their stupidity allows the government to do what they're doing. If you got a whole group of stupid people who think it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, then the person making a profit and energetically and financially off X, Y, and Z, why should he stop doing it? If the people are agreeing with X, Y, and Z, why should they stop doing it? The fuck? And then this was allows the world to be in the state it's in, and then this causes other issues, and then people want to blame it on other things. Like they'll say, oh, there's a lot of crime, which you can blame crime on certain aspects, but you also got to look at the society. Like if you a bitch and you getting robbed 24 all the time, every now and then you getting robbed, or your husband's beating you, or you got a fucking store and it keeps getting hit up, you got to look at your energy, what you're doing. Don't get me, I'm not saying people shouldn't get punished, but in society, this is why when you watch the news, they'll tell you. I remember there was something on the news a couple days ago, and they said a dude went up into an Arco AMPM and shot some lady. No, he went and he was gonna kill the lady, and she locked herself in the bathroom, and I was like, that's weird because usually people who go into a store with a gun, they want to rob the store. Why was he trying to get the lady from the bathroom if he could just go and take the shit? Because if you're gonna rob a place, right? People, you want the money and the product. The lady ran to the bathroom and he was knocking on the door. That's what they said. So obviously it wasn't a robbery. So that means the lady must have known the dude. But then when the news was painting it, because the news, they have to make it where the victim looks innocent as possible. That's how the news has to paint their stories. So they don't cause a blur in who's a victim and who started it and who provoked. They want you to clearly see he's a victim and he's this. So they left out certain aspects of the story. Like they were like, the relationship between the girl and the guy is unknown. That's bullshit. They know what the relationship was, but they don't want to tell you just to give the viewer any inclination that she could have provoked it or she could have, because it's always you put your any situation you see in society, it's you have part of responsibility into it, whether it be it may go back to another lifetime. This is why you may see some children get fucked up and you're like, well, it's a child, but this is energy has to do with another lifetime. So whatever energy you put, whether it be this lifetime or another lifetime, whatever energy you put in is what you're gonna get out. But they don't teach shit like that. And then this is what causes people, this is why society is the way it is, because a lot of these negative things that happen in society is due to a lot of people not being healed. So they're manifesting this. If you keep getting robbed and beaten up, I'm not hanging around you. I don't care if you're the nicest person. I'm not hanging around you. You could be nice from across the country or across the room, but I can't be around you because if I'm around you, I may attract that into my reality. No matter, because you need to go deal with what you got to deal with on your own terms. You see what I'm saying? Deal with that, then come. That's how I look at people. I look at their energy. I look at their vibe. I don't give a fuck about what the external is showing me. Because those who cast, they even say those who cast the most light have the biggest shadows. Like Infinite Waters, he has a huge shadow. That nigga has a very huge shadow. Because you see how he's all nice and this and that. I know ever since I seen that nigga from day one, I always like this nigga doesn't seem right because I could read energy. People that act like Infinite, well, I'm not hating on Infinite Water, but people that act like Infinite Waters who are overwhelmed with positivity, if it's not genuine, which is most of the time, you can that's because of some type of trauma. So usually people like this, they're very happy, but at the same time they can get very upset easily. And I remember like some lady made some video about Infinite Waters, and she showed one of the messages he had, and he wasn't being disrespectful, but you can kind of tell he has like a narcissistic ego, because the girl was saying something, he's like he just kept repeating the same thing, kind of like what Nature Boy did. He was doing that same Nature Boy shit, and this was Infinite Waters, and people look at him, and I already knew this. I didn't need to look at the bitch's fucking DMs that she made a video of him to realize. I knew that because I could see his energy. I'm very good at reading energy and human psychology. I'm not saying I'm the perfect. I can read everyone. I'm this and that. Even though if I may think that, I may think that, but I just like to put that out as a disclaimer. So motherfuckers like, oh, you can't do that. But like, I knew this shit from Infinite Waters. I knew it because the way he acts. And I'm not saying he's a bad person. It just you can kind of tell he has a lot of shadow. And that it's funny because that nigga's born. He's like born around the same day as me. I think his birthday's like a day before or after mine or some shit. So he got like kind of like similar astrology and shit. So like I kind of can see like okay, I can see he's on some like, yeah, I'm not hating on him and shit, but he ain't as healed as motherfuckers thinking. Like, cause you guys got there's different levels to this healing shit. Like, there's really never any ending when it comes to this healing. Like, there's different like aspects of the mind you got to tap into and awareness, but you never get to that point of, oh, I've healed everything. But then some people you can kind of see like they portray themselves as so healed, but they're really not. Like me, I don't. Now you guys already see my shit. I don't need to prove that I'm good or this or like at the end of the day, like just take the message. I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers think about what I gotta say. Because at the end of the day, even if like a lot of you guys may say, "Oh, why did you say? Why are you being disrespectful?" That's the reason why this and that no, that's not the reason. Because if you have a certain energy, like all the videos I showed you, you got some people may say that, "Oh, why would you put this video? Why would you say this?" And then that's the reason why this person doesn't like you, or but that's not it. Because if I was to act fake and just make everything positive, the spirit will create a situation where people will still give me the same energy as if I would have been blatantly disrespectful. Because there's so many people I see that get so much troll and hate more than me, and they be talking like you guys see all the shit I talk, but nobody really gets upset. But then there'll be somebody who be talking some shit. They be talking like nice and peaceful, and then they be like getting shit hit. Like, and if anything, that's how it will be for me. Like, if I was all nice and peaceful and everything, I'll be getting way more trolls. Because when I first had my first YouTube channel, I had a whole bunch of trolls because they seen a certain energy. But then as I kept going, I think the reason why they stopped fucking with me was because the information I was dropping was too deep. So they like, okay, he's not even in our field no more. They won't even feel right trolling him. So they just stopped. They probably learned from the videos too. That's probably why they stopped too. But this shit's funny though. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this video, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys up later. Yes, yeah, I'm about to go right now. All right, guys. It might take a minute to upload this bitch ass YouTube be taking forever to upload the lives. That's one thing I like about StreamYard. They'll get that shit quick. Like right after you're done, is up. YouTube, they gotta process. What the fuck you processing, nigga? Like upload the fucking video. They could upload that shit in less than a second if they wanted to. They just have to process it so they can get it in their cause they have to download it on their database and then they have to do all this other shit running through their AI and fucking like fuck YouTube. Just upload the fucking video, nigga. But I'm about to go out, guys. I'll hit you guys up later. Peace.